You were saying no athlete wants to come here and flop.
Yeah, no athlete wants to do that because you put in so much. Train in the sun, in the rain, in the snow, and nobody wants to come here and not make themselves or their country proud because they know that they should surely call their name before they call their country. So they really have to want to live up to expectation, you know. But if you look at the way we still perform because of the way we did in the past, I think I'm still proud of the athlete. For them, it's not easy for you to come to Olympics and the whole world is watching you, and then for you to be okay. But 1996 was okay for us.
What were the conditions like then when you were running in terms of the preparation and admin side of things?
The preparation was that most of us were going to school in US, so we know ourselves. And then we are running with some of the best in the world, and we want to be the best in the world. And the 400 meters then, you have about, at least 4 or 5 people that you have to really want to beat for you to be able to come to Olympics. And if you have at least more than 4 people that's in top 15 in the world in your country, and then you have at least 3 that's in top 10 in the world in your country. So that means that you have to work very hard. And the athletes we are having now, we must set a standard. Because I remember during my own days, they set a standard that if I do not run 49, I will not be in category A to collect my grant. Because Nigeria will pay you your grant hopefully after the championship. Because they don't want somebody that is injured to collect the grant and not see them here. So, but they set a standard that I have to run 49 for me to be a standard. People that is running 100 meters have to run 10.9, and the men have to run 44 in the 400 meters, and the 100 meters they have to run, sub 10 for them to be in category A. Why you put a standard up? Everybody will go to work. We go to work, and that is what motivates us, because when they set the standard, it does not bother me, because I remember in 1988, so I saw a girl, Julia Richards, running 49 at the 400 meter, and she didn't even make it to the final. So I knew that for me to medal in Atlanta, I had to train and run and be able to run 49. And that's what's happened. And they never did ask that, you guys that pick a medal in the Olympics, how did you do it? And nobody can tell me that in athletics, that person that have not done the sport before, or somebody that have not even made the, in final in African Championship, they tell me that you can tell me how it feels when you stand in the crowd with 2000 Olympics. How do you help the athlete? How do you motivate them? How do you talk with them? So it's very difficult, So we need to really go back to the drawing board and not seeing us our former athletes as that they are a burden. We are not a burden. This is our sport, and we don't want it to collapse. Our other athletes in other countries, they will not ask anybody from National Sport Commission or the federal government of Nigeria what happened. They will ask the former athletes. They have known what's happening in your country, what's happening with your track people. When are you guys going to, move up? Because they know that we are capable. We have done it in the past, and all we are saying is go back to grassroots. Why do we go back to grassroots? There must be a plan and a planning. When you plan something, there must be a planning for it. You are already planning. Do you implement it? So we really have to look inward and make sure that we have talent in Nigeria. We're 160 million. And what are we doing? We need to do more competition. We need to do local government competition. We need to do schools competition. So we can pick these people put coaches in zones. Let them, give them outlet. Let them train them. Because it's easy to talk to the young ones to move to 400 or 800 or 1500 or short put or hurdles than to want to tell somebody that have already finished university to move to another event. They're already grown. It's going to look at you that, what are you doing? You know, we must appreciate our own. We must help our own. You know, if we do not do that, it's going to be still really tough.
Let me ask you a question. When you were competing back then, I mean, in Nigeria's glory years, Jamaica was not really anywhere on the radar. They used to win the odd medal. But if you look at these meets, especially the 100 and 200 meters, both male and female, Jamaica won 8 of the 12 medals available. Do you think it might be something that Nigeria needs to look into? Maybe send people there to ask them, how did they set up this program? Because obviously it's not something that they just did within a year or two. It's probably like about a 10 to 15 year plan. What are your thoughts?
You know what, you don't need to send anybody to Jamaica. We have done it in the past. If you look at the caliber of athletes that we had in the past, they are, you know, when they are running in the world, they were running with the best in the world. Falilat Ogunkoya, Osman, you know, his was brother, Osman and
Davison.
And Davison. If you look at the way they ran in the past, they were up to even to be able to compete with Delabambili.
So what is the problem with our own athletes these days? Are you saying that they're not up to standard?
Yeah, the problem is that we are recycling. We are not producing more. Jamaica, what they are doing is that when boat sleeps, you're going to see Blake. And if you see the 200 meter, I was in sweep. So they are bringing up the guy, the little boy again. So who are we? Who is taking over from? You know, who took over from us? Because they know that we performed very well at 1996 Olympics, and that was it. And then the remnant of that was one that we are, you know, taking us to 2000, 2004, 2008, barely 2008. So did you do anything after that? You know, we need to look inwards and do our more competition, you know, and stop saying that we want to people that live in the US, that BS Nigerians, they are not going to help us. We must look inward. We are Nigerian product, you know. We have tall people like both in Nigeria. We have, you know, people that are very muscular, that's natural built, like Blakes in Nigeria. You know, so why not do more competition in Nigeria? Why not pick them? You know, like Jamaica, they have some secondary school that they go to pen relay every year to go and compete. How many secondary school in Nigeria have taken to any pen relay or Monsac relay or Iowa or, you know, Gatorade? 1984, you know, when they went for training tour, Sunday Witty and Mrs. Gibson and Mrs. they ran in US, they ran 44 while they are in training tour. But have we really prepared the people we have at home? We must believe in what we have.
So are you saying that, is it fair to say that none of these, you don't believe any of these athletes? Let me put the question this way: which one of these athletes do you think in future can win medals at the Olympics?
In the next 4 years?
Yes.
I believe in I always believe in the sprint, because that is where our strength and really. If we look into 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, both men and women, if we start now, by 2014 Commonwealth Games, going to 2015 and 2016, we will be, you know, but we have to start preparing now, because if you look at Africa World Championship athletics next year, watch All African Games, Commonwealth Games, that is a build up onto 2016. But if you have to be doing that, next year is African Championship, it's only athletics. Maybe Nigeria will go, Nigeria may not go.
So you're saying that the officials should, the powers that be should put money, invest money in the sport to send athletes to these places to gain experience.
Yes, not only athletics, table tennis.
Oh, okay.
You know, if still you want to concentrate on 6 or 4 or even 3 or 5 sports, just make sure those people goes out to compete with their own people outside Nigeria. If you don't know who we are running with, how do you know where you are?
You say that what Nigeria is producing now is recycled athletes. Would it be fair to say the same about our administration? That all we're doing is recycling garbage, because it's the same old story.
Yeah, but you must put a right peg in a right hole. And if you do not even do that, you must still have somebody that have passion for the job that will be fair. You have to be. That's our main issue in Nigeria. Have we been fair? They have to be fair. Do
we actually have officials who are experienced, or is it a case of, like you said, round pegs in square?
Yeah. Have been fair. What I'm saying is that we went to during the NOC AGM at Uyo to see the governor of Akwa Ibom. He did mention something. He said it's only one person from the athletes from any part of Nigeria, if they are in the same state, they are 12 or 11 to make that really good for any sport for them to be good. That's going to represent Nigeria. Don't put sentiment that this one is from here, this one is from that, or that one is from there. So why don't you just go ahead and pick the best? You have to always pick the best. When you pick the best, at the end of the day, you get the result. But if you are still saying, let's use quota, this one is this or sentiment or this, it's going to be difficult. And that is why you see the athletics is so unique. You go there and run. If you carry 4 seconds, you know that you are in the team. If you carry last, you know that you are not going.